Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Real Time, where we talk about the movies we like.
And the ones we don't.
I'm Tyler,
And I'm Molly.
and we just saw the newest Nicolas Cage movie, Renfield, last night.
Mm-hmm. We sure did.
We definitely did. Now, Renfield is about Dracula's his familiar, his servant, Renfield, who, taking a page out of the 1931 Dracula movie starring Bela Lugosi, has him in this story as the real estate agent who sells Dracula his spot in Carfax Abbey, and then becomes a servant. So, in a way, this is kind of a sequel to that movie, because in the beginning they recreate scenes from the original 1931 Dracula movie, and maybe that's not what they were going for, but I'm just gonna keep go off of that because it's funny.
Yeah.
So this movie stars Nicholas Hoult as Renfield, the titular Renfield, and he serves Nicolas Cage as Dracula.
Yeah.
And I knew straight away from the trailers that I was gonna love this movie because it has Nicolas Cage going absolutely full on Nicolas Cage. We haven't seen, well, I haven't seen a Nicolas Cage movie where he goes full cage like this in a while. Okay, The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent was pretty good, but he didn't exactly get a chance to go full cage like he does in this one. Well, he does a bit with his other persona, other Nick Cage that he speaks to, but it's it. Look, watch both of these movies and compare. That is not as full cage as this is.
Yeah. I see what you mean. His role isn't quite as out there.
Yeah.
I mean, he is just playing himself.
Yeah.
And Dracula takes a lot more
Yeah.
pizzazz. I don't know.
Dracula takes a bigger bite out of it.
Oh, clever.
Not really. Aquafina plays Rebecca. She is a police officer who Renfield befriends, and might want to date. It's kind of unclear. Kind of not though, because he does bring her flowers to bring a witness statement. You don't usually do that.
No.
Not usually. Now she is trying to take down the Lobos crime family in New Orleans because they killed her father. Now Lobos is both Spanish and Portuguese for wolf, for any of y'all who didn't know that. Ben Schwartz plays the her main rival, Ted Lobo, and he is also relishing the chance to just go full ham in this movie. It's great.
Yeah, he's the son of the crime lord lady.
Yes,
Um,
the
So
crime
he's-
lord lady who, when I saw her and Ted talking about Dracula, I leaned over to you and I said, imagine if she and Dracula hook up. And then later on, she seems interested in it.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh,
It's kind of weird.
we are going this way. Okay, cool. So basically, in this movie, Renfield is he's pretty sick of serving Dracula because, well, it's Dracula. He's very abusive. He's very controlling. He wants to take over the world.
Yeah.
And Renfield doesn't really want any part of that anymore. So he decides, he wants to stick it out on his own. He wants to do his own thing. And Dracula doesn't want that. He needs his Renfield to help him survive, and he needs him to bring him bodies, which Renfield has been trying to feed him with just bad people. He's going to this codependency support group or whatever it was, where these people have just they're victims of other people, and he decides to use these people, to find the people that are causing them problems to feed them to Dracula, unfortunately, they don't taste really good to Dracula. He only likes good people. So what we get later on is when Dracula comes to the meeting and just absolutely murders everyone. This movie gets really violent, like over the top. So it's insane how much just absolute destruction and carnage Renfield and Dracula do to other people.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Like, think of it in like an Evil Dead way. It's violent, it's absolutely gory and bloody, but it's really funny. Now, Renfield, Dracula grants him powers of being his familiar, and he gets these powers by eating bugs, which has some basis in the original book and movies. Renfield had an obsession with eating spiders and flies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And honestly, this movie, it takes a lot from the vampire lore, well, more than you would think, because there's the vampires can't enter your home unless you welcome them in. Renfield comes back to his apartment one day and finds Dracula there, but then he remembers he has a welcome mat outside.
Yeah, that was funny. His welcome mat allowed Dracula in his house.
When I saw that, I thought that was the funniest thing ever.
You laughed for a long time. It was pretty funny though.
And when Dracula goes to the meeting, he can't actually come in until the guy running the meeting says, "Come on in," which I'm not sure if that rule applies to every building, because I'm pretty sure it was just to people's homes.
It seemed like it applied though, because he wasn't quite stepping through, and then he was like, "Come on in," and then he kind of.
And then there is the fact that it's like a church, gym. So, whatever.
Yeah. It's funny.
It's funny, so I'll allow it.
Yeah.
I ran out of things to say. What do you have to say?
I really liked this movie. It was a fun watch, fun time in the theater. I liked that it really seemed to honor and respect the old 1930s movie. It's just good to see a nice monster movie again, I guess.
I just remembered one thing. I liked how real these people felt. Like they didn't feel like just characters. They felt like real people. When after Rebecca and Renfield got done with the gang members at the restaurant, all the innocent people who were there right before the shooting started, they pop up from their from the ground. I was like, can we get up now? Just like, I haven't seen any other movie that addresses the fact that when the shooting starts in like a restaurant or whatever, there's still people there.
Yeah.
And it's I like that this movie took the time to actually do that. Which, this movie's a tight 90 minutes. There's pretty much no fat in this movie. It's just a straightforward, what you see is what you get.
Yeah. Which I like, yeah. I liked that this runtime wasn't very long. It was a easy watch, fun watch, yeah.
So, what was your favorite part?
That is a hard question because I liked all of it. So it is really hard for me to choose just one part. If you want to go first and jump in with your favorite part, you totally can.
Well, I would have to say probably it's really hard actually, but I think I might have to go with the first fight in that restaurant with Renfield and Rebecca. I feel like there was a lot of interesting choreography, a lot of brutal kills. Like at one point, Renfield slices this dude's arms off with a serving tray, and just it was wild. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I also like the fight when they're leaving Renfield's apartment, and they kind of get ambushed by the crime
by the gangsters and the cops.
Yeah. And he has to steal that little kid's ant farm to get his powers.
The ant farm that he contributed to when he moved in.
Wait, I'm gonna need that ant back.
And the kid's mom says that he's a very bad man. It's like, lady, what?
I mean, if someone broke into your house to eat your son's ant farm, he probably had strong feelings about it.
I don't know, it was just the way she said it. She was like, she seemed more like mildly concerned.
Yeah, more like she was just scolding him instead of shocked and
he's like,
what are you doing?
You break into my house and steal my child's ant farm? You're eating the thing? You're a very bad man. And actually, that reminds me of another thing. The relationship between Rebecca and her sister, I didn't really believe it.
Yeah,
like,
I feel like that could have been a little bit stronger.
Like, they had 2 scenes, one of which was on the phone, and then we're expected to believe that, you know, that they absolutely love each other. Like, I feel like I just said that this is a tight 90-minute movie, but I feel like we could have gotten some more to contribute to the relationship.
Yeah, I mean, we do see that she, you know, they lost their dad. They're really upset about that, obviously. So we do see that motivation for her to not lose another family member whenever her sister gets taken. But yeah, it would be nice to see more of that relationship.
Although, funny thing, with their dad, he was shown on as like an end of watch picture on the wall at the police station. His name was Morris Quincy. Quincy Morris from the original Dracula.
Which character was that?
He was the guy at the end who died. He was the American who was trying to get with Lucy.
Yeah.
So that was a neat callback.
Yeah. Like I said, I feel like they're very honoring of
the legacy.
Yeah, the Dracula. Original Dracula.
So, I don't think we have anything else to say other than, well, neither of these things have anything to do with the movie.
Oh,
but
okay.
There's going to be another Dracula-esque movie this year.
Yeah, it looked less my type.
It was called The Last Voyage of the Demeter. It's about the scene in Dracula where they're transporting his body on the ship, the Demeter. Now, spoiler alert, everyone on that ship ends up dying. Just everyone dies. You know, Dracula absolutely murders every single one of them. It's, you know, hilariously so. Also, not a Dracula-centered movie, but next week, well, this week really, words are hard.
Yeah, you're struggling.
Evil Dead Rise is coming out at the end of this week.
Oh boy, we have so many freaking movies to watch.
And now this one we're definitely going to watch, because A, Evil Dead, duh, and B, this looks absolutely disgustingly gory, and I am here for it.
Yeah, I don't know how I'll do watching it in a public place, but I guess we have to give it a try.
Yep. Which, now, what we could do is we could review the other Evil Dead movies in preparation for that. But I just realized when I was at work yesterday that we've said that there's a lot of movies that we should do for like a review or whatever. Like whenever we're doing one of these other movies, I was like, oh yeah, we should do that, or we should do this. And honestly, I forget which ones I've said we should do. So if I say we should do this or that, don't exactly hold out hope that I'm going to actually do it, unless I eventually get to it on accident. This is just me speaking out loud. These things are not scripted.
Yeah, I can tell.
Yeah, you're here. Anyways.
Plus, we're busy. We can't really review things all the time.
Yeah. So, maybe we'll do the Evil Dead movies this week. Maybe we won't. Probably not. We'll see. But we will catch you guys later.
See you next time.